The divorce, I got $600,000. Yes.
Why?
That was part of our settlement, so I could have taken more, but I didn't.
It's an evil world we live in.
I just saw a video of some guy saying that women always regret the choice to divorce their husbands. Like later on, they always regret it.
I am processing the most triggering breakup I've had in 9 years.
Why are men so horrible?
Yesterday I told my husband I wanted to be separated from him, and people keep saying sorry, and I'm only crying right now because that was probably the hardest thing I've ever done.
Stop the cap.
I truly thought I was gonna be with him forever.
Hey, it's Jenna. Recently divorced and kind of figuring out this new way of life. I was married for 23 years and with that person for 3 years prior. So for a total of 26 years of my life, I have been out of the game of dating, making friends, going out, and stuff like that as a single woman in her 40s. Yeah, I'm 47. So I've raised children. My children are adult children now. And it's kind of interesting because it's so lonely at this stage in life after divorce.
You just gotta keep living, man.
Free.
Livin.
Divorce was finalized.
I'm a smooth operator.
Bro.
That fun driving make you feel some
I don't even
type
know if I
of
can
way.
show this on YouTube.
That custom brightly make you feel some type
Covered
of way.
in tattoos.
Deep show
Showing
got me
herself off
feeling some
online.
type of way. Is it cause my
Bro, we're starting with a $600,000 divorce settlement, and somehow that's not even the craziest part. She's saying women regret divorce later, then immediately tells us she's crying over the breakup she chose. Wait, she spent 26 years with this man, and now she's learning how lonely single life can feel. That's a whole lifetime suddenly hitting the rewind button. And yeah, she's just getting started. And somehow, we're only at the beginning.
I don't really use this account anymore.
Yikes.
But I wanted to pop on and say hi. I just had a live stream for the first time in like a week. And I'm sorry about not really being active. I've had to focus on my mental and my physical health, and my family. So that's what I've been doing. And, right now, live hasn't been a priority for me, which is fine. It never really was a priority to me. And I've tried to limit things that aren't benefiting my greater good, in my day-to-day life because, I've been in trauma therapy now for 10 months.
On the day my divorce was final, I'll never forget what my ex said to me. He looked me right in the eyes and he said, "You're going to regret this. You're going to get 6 months down the road and you're going to regret divorcing me." And you know what? He's right. I did have regrets.
Divorce is probably the hardest thing I've ever done in my life, you guys. It's been a year since everything got finalized. And I am living my best life. I am thriving really lately and finally happy with my routine and my solitude and the things that I do on my own. But this week marks a year and I'm feeling that grief, just kind of clouding over me, which is wild. It's this person doesn't even exist in your life after 7 years, and like the thought that the things that you thought you were going to build together no longer are viable.
Hold on. She stepped away from social media because she's dealing with her mental health, family, and 10 months of trauma therapy. Then comes the line that changes everything. Her ex told her she'd regret the divorce. She says he was right. But then she says she's thriving, enjoying solitude, and finally happy with her routine. So why is the anniversary bringing all that grief back? Yeah, something here still hurts. That's a lot to unpack.
I cheated on my husband of 14 years and lost him forever.
When my divorce was finalized and my ex-husband moved out, the first couple of nights I had crippling anxiety.
So when I was married for 13 years and I 100% supported my ex-husband in the startup of his business. I created his LLC. I did all of these things. I pushed him to go to his taxidermy school. I made sure that he had a business. I picked the start date. I made the Facebook page. I did all of the things for him. And in the background, I was building my own business and working full time. Fast forward several years later, and we decided to get a divorce. Things just didn't work out. The why doesn't matter, but what does matter, and what I'm really struggling with right now, and I'm sure that I'm not alone, is that I was the breadwinner, right? He was a small business owner, so tax returns, write-offs, all the things. And I worked full-time, W-2, making over 6 figures a year. So when it came down to time for our divorce, even though the reasons of the divorce were not my fault fully, no, I shouldn't say that. I'm just as much to be held accountable for the divorce as him.
Bro, the money conversation just got real. She wasn't sitting around doing nothing. She helped build her ex's business while working full-time and making 6 figures herself. Then the divorce happens, and suddenly she's carrying the debt and the kids' expenses. And listen to that hesitation when she admits the breakup wasn't entirely his fault. That's the part people usually skip. Nobody wants to be the villain in their own divorce story. Seriously.
Anyways, because I made the majority of the money on paper, I was required to take all of the debt in my divorce or pay him alimony or child support. And quite frankly, you got me up. Willingly took all of the debt and 100% am supposed to pay for all of the kids' activities and all of the things, which I do. And literally everybody in my life told me not to do that. And I thought, it's fine. I've got it. I'll be able to handle it. Everything's fine. I'm going to be able to do it. And here we are 2 years out and I'm literally drowning.
Here's why women regret divorce more than men. Financially speaking, women's lives get worse after the divorce, while men's get better. The standard of living for women goes down an average of 27%, while the standard of living for men goes up 10%.
Hello, my beauties. Guess who's single again? It's okay, though. It's okay. Went to see Mr. Pink tonight, and I'm so grateful.
Wait, she's 2 years out and says she's literally drowning financially. That's a brutal reality check after believing I've got this. Then we get the claim that women's finances often take a bigger hit after divorce while men's improve. And just when this turns into a full financial disaster, Mr. Pink enters the picture. Apparently, this guy reminded her what it felt like to laugh, feel loved, and actually enjoy somebody's company. Interesting.
That I got to meet Mr. Pink because he was an incredible distraction in my life that reminded me what it is to feel being in love. He made me realize that the person I want to be with is somebody who really can fucking make me laugh, because he made me laugh every single day. I think that we were right for each other for the moment that we met and the time that we spent together. But I think that our paths are just not aligned for a long time. It was just something that was a very special portion of my life that I definitely needed to have. So I went to his house tonight. He made a delicious chicken Caesar salad. We sat and we chatted. And I was really worried because I wanted to have a chat with him. And I was like, I need to talk to you, but I don't know how to do this. And I want to be sick in my mouth. I was just like, I just did not know how to begin the conversation. And he went, do you want me to go first? And it was really kind because I couldn't do it. And yeah, it was just, he's a really good guy. And we both just know that it's, that we're friends. And that's, yeah, it was really difficult. I couldn't do the thing. I'm doing really ugly crying.
Nah, this is getting surprisingly emotional. She says Mr. Pink made her laugh every single day and was exactly what she needed at that moment. But then she realizes their paths aren't aligned long-term. So she goes to his house, sits down for dinner, and basically has to force herself to start the breakup conversation. She can't even get the words out until he offers to go first. That's awkward, painful, and honestly kind of classy. You could feel the tension from the silence.
Because, I didn't know my cat was in here. She must have thought I was crazy. I'm just really realizing that my marriage is over and it's really bad. I'm really sad.
So here's how I learned how to meet my own needs after divorce. So I'm that girl that was in relationships from the time she was 14 years old until at 31, I looked at my husband and I was like, peace out, dude, I'm gonna go do me now. But it didn't take me long after leaving my marriage to just find the next guy. The thing was, the next guy was a lot younger and I knew that it wasn't going to last forever. He looked at me the same way. It was a casual thing. But ending that casual thing, that's when it got really hard. Casual guy and I are still great friends, but separating that meant me going out on my own emotionally for the first time since I was 14 years old. When that casual thing ended and I was like, okay, Jade, we're doing this. We're gonna learn how to just fulfill our own needs. I went through at least a 6 to 8 month span where I was very angry at men. Very angry. Because in my world, in my life, they've basically been a constant letdown. Not all of them, but a lot of them. And during that very, very angry phase that I had, I still, in my head, was thinking, I still need to...
Bro, she just described relationships like they've been running her entire operating system since she was 14. She leaves her marriage, gets involved with a younger guy, then has to learn what being emotionally alone actually feels like. And after that ends, she's angry at men for months. But here's the contradiction. Even while she's furious, she's still thinking about finding another partner. I mean, the search wasn't over. Not even close.
Find a partner, and that, the search hadn't ended.
So, the last few days have been super traumatizing for me. My own fault. It's always my fault. But anyway, I didn't know. Well, I guess I did know, but that I would have this really strong reaction physically, trauma reaction to finding out that my estranged husband has been having a new relationship. Now, I'm not saying that he shouldn't. We've been separated for a year, but we see each other a lot and we spend time as a family together a lot. And I had asked him many times, are you seeing somebody? And he said, no, kept saying no.
Wait, this is where things take a turn. She finds out her estranged husband is seeing someone new, and her body reacts like she's been hit with a trauma trigger. But here's the part that's making everybody pause. SHE has a boyfriend. Her ex kept telling her he wasn't seeing anyone, and because of that, she still felt safe around him. She thought that connection was still protected somehow. Then suddenly, reality starts knocking. Yeah, that's a very uncomfortable realization.
And then he'd take me to dinner and we'd have a nice chat. And I have a boyfriend that I've been seeing, so it's not like I think he shouldn't. Don't get me wrong, this isn't about that. But what happened was because he didn't tell me, I felt safe around him still, like in the way that he still loved me.
And there it is, the real wound isn't simply that he's dating someone else. It's that he never told her. And that silence let her believe he still loved her in the same way. Bro, that's a dangerous emotional gray area. You can end a marriage and still expect someone to remain emotionally frozen in place. Apparently not. So now the question is brutal. Did she miss the marriage, or just knowing he still wanted her? If the drama got you hooked, hit like, subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.